2,600 square feet. New carpets, drapes, new appliances. On an acre and a half corner lot.
Oh. Buckhead.
What?
What? Buckhead's nice.
You're right. It's too much money, isn't it?
I didn't say it was too much money. It's too much for me, maybe, but you and I have different needs. I mean, homes in good school districts are pricey. Or, I don't know, maybe you like living in a dungeon. Huh? After all, there are only so many bay windows and 200-year-old shade trees a person can tolerate. Sam, Jack can't get to you. He's locked away in a steel and concrete cell 150 feet beneath the Macon County Federal Penitentiary. It's over.
Chloe's gonna miss Angel.
So, her studio's, what, 5 minutes away? She's there when you need her. And you and Chloe need to be a family again, right? This looks perfect.
Maybe that's what I'm afraid of. It's been so long since Chloe and I have had any kind of a normal life. Perfect seems like a lot to ask for, you know?
Yeah.
Samantha Waters.
Sam, I need you, John, and Grace on a plane to Chicago.
What is it?
We've got another body.
All right.
We've been monitoring this guy, waiting for a kill. Laura was abducted from her apartment building, sexually assaulted, and dumped in the woods. Single .38 slug in the base of the skull.
Sounds a little militaristic.
No, just better prepared. He strangled his first victim. Probably didn't plan on killing her, given that he's executed all the others.
You got all that just from looking at her?
No, I got all that from the file that you didn't read because you slept through the whole flight.
So what else did I sleep through?
The suspect kept his first victim only a few days. Since then, he's been keeping them longer and longer. They were all found the same way, all fully clothed and cleaned up, like they went for a walk in the woods and decided to take a nap.
When was the last attack?
6 months ago. I'm pulling you guys off everything else. This is our priority.
How long was Laura held?
She was the longest, 18 days.
And they say men can't make a commitment.
Where's Grace?
Flight was overbooked.
I thought you said you were getting us a plane.
I'm working on it, John.
Is that the boyfriend?
Chip Dowling. He ID'd the body.
Sweet car. 6-speed, twin turbocharged integrated bypass valves, horizontally opposed, fully aspirated. Too much car for him.
You interviewing the boyfriend or the car?
They're one and the same, right? We are what we drive. Want me to take a crack at Chip?
Yeah. Go easy on him. Hasn't hit him yet.
All of them were engaged, except for the first victim who he didn't mean to kill. Maybe knew, or maybe had to silence her. He's gone from rape to murder.
What about the rings? Wouldn't he keep the rings?
I don't think that his anger is towards the women. I think it's towards the men. You keep the ring. I got the girl. I want to see where she lives, Bailey.
I'll arrange for it. You meet up with Grace.
She's in remarkably good health. There's no dehydration, no malnutrition. She ate about an hour before she was killed. A seafood and vegetable casserole.
Casserole.
And not one of those microwave deals. Fresh scallops, baby carrots, and a light cream base. All the waste, though. She barely had time to digest it.
Something must have happened. He wasn't ready to kill her, but he had to. Any unusual trauma?
Well, there's some tearing and tissue damage. Got a little rough, but I've seen worse.
So the kill was neat and clean.
Yeah, no thrill in the kill.
He had to clean up his mess. Erase it. Killing is something that he's learned to live with.
Oh, I did find something else. A small tear in the tympanic membranes, and there are bone structure anomalies in the small bones of the inner ear.
Well, did she have a loss of hearing?
Yeah, it's hard to tell how much, but it would have been noticeable.
What about the other victims? Did they suffer any ear damage?
Well, I don't know. I have to go back over the protocol of the MEs. You might have missed it. It is such a shame, huh? Good-looking kid, had her whole life ahead of her. Just like my mom used to say, just as easy to fall in love with the rich man as it is to fall in love with the poor one.
I downloaded Laura's medical records, and except for tubes when she was a small child, I mean, there's no record of any ear trouble.
Chip, the boyfriend, didn't say anything about a hearing problem.
What about the boyfriends of the other victims? Any connection?
No. Nothing. I mean, in fact, 2 of them live out of state. The only thing the victim's boyfriends seem to have in common is that they're all relatively successful.
Not Chipper.
Chipper.
His family made their money in retailing. He's just along for the ride.
It's the Porsche, isn't it?
Anyway, I can't see anybody going after his girlfriend for revenge.
Our subject is what? Unemployed, working part-time.
With hours that let him stalk, returning again and again.
Single?
Single white male, 24 to 28, difficulty with relationships, socialization, dissociate from his peers, both male and female, yada yada, yada yada, yada yada.
Maybe he's an ex-con or a loser, living with his sister and aunt, his mother mooching his way back and forth across the country.
And the abductions have occurred at all hours of the day and night. I mean, that's consistent with being out of work or working odd, flexible hours.
No, but this guy is too organized. He would be able to fit into society. He could be self-employed, freelance. He could be a computer tech, designing software.
You know how squirrely those computer guys can be.
Maybe he's a salesman, you know, in and out of the area. That would account for the long gaps between abductions.
George, check the major carriers for business travelers. Guys in and out of O'Hare during the time of the abductions, departing a day or 2 after their deaths.
But he wouldn't be successful. Success bothers him. He is probably around success, but it's just outside his reach.
No forced entry, middle of the day. She was grabbed in the basement. Laundry still in the machine.
Boyfriend spend much time here?
He told John they spent most of their time at his place.
She was serene. She had no indication that she was being stalked or that her life was in danger.
Chipper was right. This place isn't exactly what you'd call high security. He was on her all the time about moving out. The subject could have watched her for days, grabbed her on the way down with her clothes.
Doesn't someone have to ring the buzzer to get into this building?
Someone want to sign for this?
Buzzer's busted.
Hey, congratulations.
Run down this gift list. See if you can connect any of the bridal registries with the other victims. This guy could have been a delivery man for one of the stores where the other victims were registered.
Maybe he was left at the altar by a woman that looks like his victims. Feels like he lost out to a better man.
The killer didn't think they were better men. He hated these things, the cars, diamond rings, trappings of a better life. You can have them. I got the girl.
She wasn't hard of hearing.
Son of a bitch did this to her while she was captive.
The Forest Preserve takes up about 60 square miles. Most of it pretty rough terrain. A lot of places to hide back in there.
This is all industrial.
Industrial, light commercial, pockets of low-income housing. A lot of places around O'Hare, too. The airport's pretty noisy.
What kind of noise level are we talking about, Grace?
Well, to do the damage I saw, you'd be looking at prolonged exposure to a noise level above 130 decibels.
Sure, what, a rock concert, jet engines, explosions, what?
Or short, rapid bursts, like a jackhammer, a rivet gun, repeated gunfire.
What about this area here in the east?
That's all farmland.
No, it would be urban. And the airport would be too hard for him to control. This guy is careful. He's compulsive. Control is paramount. He wouldn't need seclusion if he could control his environment.
The ballistics match the slug from the latest victim to the others. It's a needle in a haystack trying to find an owner. 38's a popular weapon.
Excuse me, all the bodies were found in this area of the preserve?
Yes, ma'am.
Good group, Lieutenant. If you don't mind, I'm going to shave off 6 of your guys. I don't know the area very well, and there's a lot of names to check off.
Sure, whatever you need. Just let me know.
Thanks for your cooperation, Lieutenant. Anything?
Couple of maybes, maybe. Couple of guys worth dragging in for questions. Could lead to something.
I'll take all the somethings I can get.
I want to go back to where the last body was found.
Now, how'd I know that? What the hell's not making sense?
The attacks are too far apart. I mean, he's getting better. He's gaining confidence. You should see an acceleration of incidents, but his last attack was over 6 months ago.
Maybe they're tied to a stressor. What's he doing between attacks?
I don't know.
I don't know. Your salary and you give me I don't know.
Oh, you know what? That reminds me. I filled out an application for a house in Buckhead. You're going to be getting a call, so don't tell them my salary or they're going to charge me more for it, okay?
That's called fraud.
As opposed to theft, which is what I call what they're asking for rent.
Haven't seen that in a while.
What?
You smile.
What are you talking about? I smile all the time.
Not like that. That one you meant. It's got to be nice, you guys getting back to normal. A house, a yard, a little gardening.
Angel's threatening to buy me a hammock.
Well, you got to sleep somewhere after you mow the lawn. Chloe must be excited. You can't escape, Sam. Maybe Lucas escaping isn't the problem. You've got to get this guy out of your head, Sam.
And how do I do that, huh, Bailey? How do I get a man like Jack out of my head? A man who has spent his entire life committing unspeakable acts, all in my name, all for me.
No, not for you. For himself. For his own sick, depraved needs. And stop calling him Jack. His name is Donald Lucas. This thing is over.
No. No, it is not over. And whether I choose to take it on or not, the fact remains that everything that he did for me. He said that I would go to him. He said that I would go again and again. Because I had to know why.
This thing is over when you say it's over. Don't ever concede that to him.
He leaves the bodies out in the open. He doesn't bury them. Cleans them up, dresses them, and then he kills them to end their suffering.
Bang. End of nightmare.
Not for him. He can't end his suffering with theirs, and he knows that. He tries to. He does for a little while, but comes back. So, what does he do? He takes another girl, and he keeps her.
Where does he keep her? Storage locker, trailer outside of town?
No, he would want them close, even if he hated them or loved them so much that he hated them. He's responsible for them. He's responsible for feeding them, for basic personal hygiene. He wants the bodies to be found. The conditions under which they're discovered reflect on him as a caretaker. He's returning them to their families so that they can grieve. He's thinking like a parent.
He's got a family?
A family, a job, a mortgage.
Proverbial guy next door.
I don't know. I still like this guy for the jilted lover. Look at these faces. He wants something back that was taken from him.
Couldn't he still be married?
Yeah, but I don't think that revenge would be enough for him to put his family's future at risk.
Well, he's sort of already done that. And talk about pushing the caretaker envelope. Laura's clothes were freshly laundered.
He washed her clothes.
May have kept her naked.
Even if he did, 18 days is a long time for her clothes to keep that fresh, downy feeling.
Sam, if he's refining his methods of abduction, how come we're not seeing more attacks?
Because we don't know what the stressor is, the event in his life that is triggering his need to act on these urges.
George, let's take a look at a schedule of attacks. They may suggest something.
9 victims in 3 years. 3 attacks in 96, 3 in 97, 3 so far this year. In each case, there were 2 attacks 6 months apart, and a 3rd attack less than a month later.
Even I can do the math on that. 3 series, 3 attacks.
No, not if the first victim, the one he hadn't planned on killing, initiated a series and stands alone. I mean, we're working off a calendar. Who knows what it means to this guy? Yeah.
So we're looking for a 4th series of attacks. 1, 2, 3. 3.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. We just had a killing, and the last 2 series had a second abduction inside of a month. We could be looking at another victim soon. Grace, what else do we know?
Well, I went back over the protocol, and I found the same ear damage in 6 out of the 9 victims. The 3 that didn't were held only a few days.
Victimology.
All the victims were young, attractive women in their early to mid-20s. No clear direction in their lives, working as food servers, cashiers, all engaged to successful men.
So he kills them so these men can't have them.
No. He's not a killer. He is a rapist who kills. He dominates and controls what he can't control the most, himself. He kills them. He executes them because this cannot come home with him. He cannot get caught.
He won't leave his family without a father.
He's angry. He is torn between duty and desire. He is stuck in an unfulfilling life, and he is filling it with these women.
Welcome to Fat Boy. Can I take your order?
3 kids' meals, a chicken fillet, and a cheeseburger with mustard and olives.
I'm sorry, did you say olives? Sir?
He's back.
Okay, that's gonna be $12.17. Pull up to the window, please.
Hi.
Hi. Honey, will you please turn it down?
Turn it down, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down.
Thank you.
How you been?
Same as yesterday. Stop kicking Daddy's chair. Stop kicking Daddy's chair. Look, here's your hamburger.
It won't be long now, huh?
Sir?
The wedding, right?
Yeah, right. Your burger's on its way.
I hate this place. Why do we have to eat here? I want to go.
Because Mommy's having another baby, and she likes it here.
Mommy likes it here. Mommy wishes she liked rice cakes, but she's already as big as a house, so what the heck? Stop kicking the chair.
Your change?
Eat your hamburger.
It's a nice ring. He must be pretty well off.
Honey, we didn't get our drinks.
You guys taking a honeymoon?
Yeah, Hawaii for a month.
A month. They're gonna let you off work for a month.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm really gonna come back and work here.
Honey, we're missing Paige's drink.
Forget the drink.
But we paid for the drink.
I said forget the damn drink. You like kids?
We don't.
Nothing like them.
We're almost home, sweetheart.
Hello, welcome to Fat Boy. May I take your order?
I'd like a fat boy with a leg of extra